So I'm going to start with Eiffel Tower, right? Let's put the top on the base. So the base is this, right? It's recognizable. It's only one symmetrical base because we had two similar ones, but they are not symmetrical. So this one is the base of the Eiffel Tower, and the top is here. It's really recognizable. So let's put them together. And so we need to just turn it this way somehow. Oops. And turn it in the position that is convenient for us and put them together. This is the easy part, and then you got this Eiffel Tower done. Now let's put it on a base. The base triangle is no, not this one. This one, right? Has only two equal sides, so we just need to turn it over the way we want it, like this, right? And bring them together. So we got this big piece, which is really recognizable, right? So we can turn, we still can turn two sides of the whole thing and never scramble this piece, right? Okay, now we're going to build the second tower, which is the sheet pipe. So this piece stays all the time in the same place, right? You can't, once you build the Eiffel Tower, this piece is always on its place. You just can't turn it, right? You can turn it, but you can't move it somewhere else, right? So in this, those are two big pieces that's one of them supposed to go underneath of this one, and it should be the one having a little cut off here, right? So this one, so we're gonna try to put them together, and this is the easy part too. So you can do it not scrambling the Eiffel Tower, right? So this way, you got this part, this another tower built, right? So now you put it in place, and then you got two towers ready, right? This is Eiffel Tower, and this is sheet pipe, and they're connected to this base. Okay, now we're going to build the third tower. The top of it is this piece with the round top, and it's on its place all the time because it's attached to the mechanics, right? So now you got to attach this to one of those two pieces, and they are really similar. They look absolutely like twins. So this is really experimental thing. You just try to put them together, but you want to keep all two ready-made towers sold, so you just can lean them from one side to another. Let's say you're trying to build this this way or this way, like, oh, see, you got it, like, and it's supposed to go in here. And then if you put these three towers together, then now you see that we got all three towers ready made. So but now the cube is in checking position, so you can check if it's right. So to move it to the working position, you just need to lean this wedge shape tower, and then it's going to be in working position so you can work with it. And for the checking position, you just need to put it here, and the bottom's supposed to be flat, and all three towers should be ready. So from here you can see three tops of these three towers. So now you can, if you move it to the working position, you can work with those three, with all the rest of the pieces, but your towers will be safe, right? You can turn them the way you want, but your towers always will be safe. And this is the main idea how I solved this golden Fisher's cube. Okay. So now, once we did these three towers, we want to put these three big pieces in order. So let's try to put at least one of them in normal position and then see what happens to other two, right? So let's put it in working position like this. You just turn for one click. Now let's put Mr. Meffert. We try to put here, let's say, right? Because it's supposed to be there. If you put it in checking position, you can see that these two pieces with writing supposed to be here. Now we can try to put it here, right? If it fits. If it doesn't, that probably you want to start with another piece. But in this case, it fit. So now, once you did that, you just need to turn over both remaining big pieces, right? So it's really easy, just one algorithm. But before we're doing that, I want to explain something on the Rubik's Cube. So here is the regular Rubik's Cube. So there is one operation that I call four movements operation, or whatever you want to call, like F4 or whatever, like four moves. And it's enough to finalize this Fisher cubes and lots of other puzzles, right? Just you turn one side, then you turn another side, you turn one side back, and you turn another side back. So this is basically four movements. That using that you can solve lots of cubes except parity situations, right? So if we move it back, then I want to show something else. Let's say you have one piece in place and you want to turn over those two pieces, central pieces, right? So the only thing you need to do, make four movements operation 3 times, but every time you turn over the cube. Like you do it once, then you turn over the cube, do it second time, then you turn over the cube and you do it third time, right? So what you got, you still have this piece in place, but those two are in their right places, but they just turned over, right? So basically here we're going to do the same thing. Once we got Meffert's in his place, right, then we just need to turn over those two pieces. So you keep it on this side and you start make four movements operation, like 1, 2, and then you go back 3, 4. Then you turn over the cube, but make sure that all those 3 tops of towers are visible. They're on the top. So you turn over it around this piece, right? Then you do this 4 movements operation another time. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you turn over cube again, and then do it third time. 1, oops, 2, 3, 4. Right? So, and now you put it in checking position to check if you was right. And now you can see that it looks like a cube, right? Because you put all these big pieces in place and you oriented them properly. So there's no any kind of parity situation in this cube. So you can, the only remaining thing is to put in place 4 small pieces that are not attached to mechanics. So all of them are really like movable, right? All those. Unlike the ones that are attached to the mechanics, they're not movable, like this one or this one, right? So, and I'm going to explain how to do it in the next video.